Welcome back to Wolf Guitars and Gear. Today we're going to be talking about the Boss RV500. I happen to have one on hand today, so we're going to be talking about it for a little bit, show you guys a little bit about what it sounds like, some of the things it can do, and maybe some thoughts comparing it against my Strymon Big Sky. So, before we go any further, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so that you get all future episodes. Alright, so what about this? This is Boss's big box reverb that's on the market right now. It has 12 different modes. We have Room, Space Echo, SRV, Dual, SFX, which is special effects, Nonlinear, Early Reflection, Fast Decay, Shimmer, Spring, Plate, and Hall. So you've got a lot of your standard reverb go-tos there. You know, most of the plates and the halls, room, spring, that's all the ones that most people be familiar with from various different studio applications, as well as there's been many guitar effects over the years built with those sounds into them. You know, Shimmer has been something that's become popular recently, you know, the last 10 years or so, and so Boss has their entry into that as well. One of the things I think that sets the RV500 apart from some of the other ones is the fact that you're actually able to run two effects at the same time. You can run A or B, but you can also run A and B. Also interesting, it does have a tap control here, which is interesting because with the Space Echo it is a delay, and also a lot of the other effects in there also have a delay that can be included in with it. So that's super interesting. There's a lot of different modes here. There's a lot of different things you can do. We do have some different knobs here on the front: effects level, low, high, pre-delay, and then kind of just a value knob for various other parameters. Everything else is accessed through menus, and that is cool because there's a lot of different parameters you can control on here, so you can kind of fine-tune your sound quite a bit. It's a little bit less user-friendly than the Big Sky, I would say, simply because of that. A lot of the Big Sky stuff you can get at 99% of it from the top. You can get into the parameters and fix some other things too, but it's not nearly as menu intensive as the Boss unit is. So, I mean, I think that's kind of a unique thing to where you could have a nice plate reverb and add a shimmer in. You could do the Space Echo into a dual delay or a dual reverb. You know, you could do all sorts of different things with it. That's super interesting. But like I said, overall, my general consensus with it is that it's a worthy offering. I think it's a lot better than a lot of other reverbs out there. Certainly not a bad unit, but for me, it just doesn't begin to compare to the Big Sky as far as sound quality. You know, there's just a certain smoothness, a certain clarity. I don't know how exactly to phrase it. There's just a certain feel that just, to me, feels better out of the Big Sky as opposed to the RV500. However, as opposed to, like I say, a lot of other standalone reverb pedals that are out there, it's right up there with the very best. In fact, I'd say right now probably the top three that are out there on the market would be the Strymon, the Boss, and the Empress. Those are probably the top three reverbs out there. You know, some people would also throw in the Specular Tempest as another option, as one of the best, you know, bigger box reverb type things out there. I think one of the things that is really cool with this Boss one, though, is the fact that you can have delay and reverb in the same box. So if you're really on a budget, you could certainly just buy this, and you may not even need to get a delay pedal if you don't use it a ton. I think it's also, you know, very fair to say that cost-wise, the Boss has the leg up on the Strymon and the Empress in that regard as well, that you can generally find them for less money, and certainly on the used market for a lot less money than you would for either of the other two. So, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Make sure you stay tuned. We've got more really great episodes coming up that you're not going to want to miss.